Hello crafty friends, this is Irene Fierro from Impressive Formations, and today I'm going to share an instruction sheet that was shared in the I think it's on Facebook. I think the group is called Friends of Anna Griffin, and there's a lady named Marianne Andraza, and she designed this gingerbread house. And she uses the gingerbread house easel die to create this box. I'm going to show you some of the challenges I had. So if in case you guys want to try it, you will kind of be aware of some of the issues that I ran into. So for this tutorial, you're only going to need the actual house and its shadow. You do not need the easel part. And then of course you use the other pieces to create the candy and the rooftops. So it's a really cute house, and since the holidays are coming in, it'd be nice like put in your baked cookies or gifts or whatever it is that you want to give. So she starts off by saying that you do need heavy duty cardstock so that it can withhold probably like bakery goods. This is 110-pound craft paper from Recollections. And I think that's the one she actually says. She also used Recollections 100-pound craft cardstock. So this was 110-pound cardstock. So she says you need 4 of those. And then from the easel card, she asks that you cut 2 of the shadows, and then 2 of these, the gingerbread houses. And then she goes on for the bottom part, you are to cut, these are almost identical, but here, let me see. So for the bottom, it's 6 inches by 4 1/4, and then you score. Let me find my bottom part. It's a little bit longer. You score it 1/2 inch all the way around. Then you cut 2 6 by 4 1/8 inch. And then on the 6-inch side, you're going to score at 1/2 inch. And then 1 inch. So if you are scoring it, I'm already on this one. So she wants you to score 1/2 inch over, and then on this side, 5 1/2 would be this score line. And then on this guy, on the shorter end, score at 1/2 inch and at 1 inch. I guess she would have her scoreboard like this, 1/2 inch and 1 inch. That's step 4. And then you are supposed to cut a rooftop. And for that, you cut 8 inch by 6 inch. You score 1/2 inch on each side, and then you score at the halfway point. Okay? And then, of course, your paper ruler and whatever. So to get started, and then she also recommends that you use glue and not tape, because the tape might fall apart. Oh, here's my roof. It's underneath. So the first thing she says is, like on your on your shadows. Oh my gosh. So we are supposed to use a pencil line. And we are supposed to from the edge of the roof to this circle, where this circle ends, we draw a line. And then the same over here. And I'll do the same for this guy. And that's going to be to align our side pieces. So on the bottom piece, she wants us to miter the 4 corners. So I guess we're gonna, let me get my bigger scissors out. It's easier. So we're gonna miter. Okay, and then we can fold our at the fold lines, and I'm just gonna really come in and burnish them so they're kind of like ready to go. Okay, and so at this point we attach the shadow pieces. So I'll use my glue here. Now the other thing I forgot, she does have a line that runs right above all the little arcs. So let's put that line. And over here the same. From this arc all the way there. So we're going to come in and put some glue. And it's supposed to rest right above that, the pencil line that I just drew in, above the little arcs. Line up your corner pieces. That's it. So you can kind of see it better this way. And then we're going to do the same for the other end. And again, our fold line, we find those, that line. And we press it for a little bit. Okay, so we have that. And the next step, so on these shorter ones, the ones with the inch and the ½ inch, she wants us to cut a little V. So basically cut off that little line there, your little fold line. This is the way I see it. And we do the same with the other one. Okay. And now let's burnish these. And we're going to burnish this on the inside. Burnish this out. And we do the same with this one. The bottom one towards the inside, and then the top one towards the outside. So we have those. And then she wants us to, says work from the inside of the box. And we're supposed to align the lines that we drew on the house with the score line on the side of the box. So here is our box. So this is for the side. Okay, so this guy's gonna come in here. That's what it is. Let's fold these guys in. Yeah, this guy's gonna come in here. Okay, so I guess it goes out. And then this guy goes in. Okay, so this is our side piece. So she's wanting us to follow this edge here. So it's going to kind of go like that. Okay, so first I'm going to glue down here. I don't know if I'm going out of order, but I think that'd be easiest. I don't have an issue with that anymore. And then let me get the other side. Okay. So now we're going to glue these pieces here, our side. So we glue this. And there's a pencil line there. I don't know if you remember, we made one. So you're basically aligning that to the side. And this is a little bit tricky, but it kind of goes. don't know if my glue dried, but that's... Let me add a little bit more glue on these tabs. It's pretty quick. Okay, let's... We'll let it dry there. Okay. And now let's do the opposite end. Let's pull this guy out for a second. So we line this with a pencil line. And then the first little triangle. And then this guy goes inside. And then at the bottom, I have my middle finger here, so I can press down. So it has a little bit of pressure from the bottom. All right. Okay. And now let's do the other end. So here I made a mistake. I should have glued it. Okay, so learn from my mistakes. So this, I should have glued it on the outside, not on the inside, okay? And then these guys go on the inside. So let's add some glue here on the two tabs. So we line that one with the pencil line. Oh, this part is the hardest part because you can't really put it against the table. Okay, the bottom one kind of goes out, so let's start there so that we have less of an issue. Come in here, put pressure so that the side can glue well. Okay. Okay, and then let's burnish this the other way on the inside. And we'll add some more glue to our tabs because it dried fairly fast. Okay. Okay, I think it caught. And then we're gonna again line it up to our pencil line. Out and in. All right. So there's pretty much the frame of it. And then you now work on the roof. So here's more instructions on how she does the sides. So for the top, so basically this is your roof. So you score at the halfway point, and then she wants you to miter these guys. And I believe and then on the ends, she wants you to basically do 1/2 inch cut. And then cut that part off. She does it like this. So about 1/2 inch. And then 1/2 inch. No, actually 1/2 inch this way. And then we will miter it this way. So I guess you want some of the roof to stick out, is what it is. There we go. Okay. And then she says, so then she attaches the roof at this point. Now, before you do this, I would suggest this is the time where you start creating the white scallops, because once you mount this onto the box, it's hard to trim any excess, if that makes any sense. And then, because this is going to fit in here. So, because you have that little chimney on one side, and if you need to trim off any of the scalloped edges, it's hard to get in there. So it is at this point that I would recommend that you put your scalloped, the white part of this roof line, okay? Now, she does say that for the roof, we're kind of on our own. So she says if you have a Cricut, you can make the side roof pieces. There's an axis scallop shape, which is very similar like, but not the same as the scallop of Anna's roof. You can copy, slice, dice, and weld that shape into a roof. And she says, you are on your own there. I will not share how I did the roof on my decorative piece out of respect for Anna's designs and copyright of the Gingerbread House die set. So what I did, so you guys have several options here that I wanted to kind of quickly cover. So what I did is basically, I think it took 15 or 16 of these rooftops, okay? So I cut these and basically come in and then I trim off all these scallops. And then I came in here and I started to glue these. And then I do the same for the other ones. I will overlap. So I did the same thing here. And then you kind of start looking to see, okay, you can overlap right here. Then you get another one. You trim off the sides, and then you kind of like overlap that triangle. And then with some of the other ones, then you come in and then you fill in, you know, obviously this takes a bigger piece. And you cut it up and you fill it in the way you can, right? So these are scraps from the roof that I did. So that takes a lot of time, but that's one way. You can also obviously leave your gingerbread box bare, just brown, right? So we're gonna come in here and we're gonna glue these parts to the box. So you can have it bare and just the sides decorated with the gingerbread house. You can do what I did, and at the end, this is what it looks like. So you can kind of see some of the overlap. It doesn't look very professional, but it's gonna work for this. So I guess these still need, I didn't miter these guys. So this will, and I didn't cut half an inch. So you're supposed to cut half an inch and then miter. And the same thing, half an inch, and then your miter. Okay, so that when we paste it, that half inch rests on the roof right here. And then this will be the flap. Okay, so I'll go ahead and glue that so that we can continue on. Oh, but the other thing I was gonna suggest, so if you don't want to do, because it does take some time to overlap all these, so like I said, you can leave it bare, brown. You can do what I did. Now, the other thing is I did have a, this is a Sizzix die made for Stampin' Up. And this is called the Striped Scallops Thin Sets die. And what you can do if you want is, it's not the same scallop, okay? This is way thinner, bigger. But if you can imagine, one of these will cover the roof pretty much in its entirety, and then you can just come in with, you know, strips of the white cardstock, and then you glue this on the end, and then come with your scissors and just trim the excess. And then you're gonna say, well, that doesn't match the gingerbread house. And what you can do with that then, if you want to go this route, and actually it doesn't necessarily have to be scallops, maybe you have another nice background that you can use, right? But in this example, so you know how you just saw me trim off the gingerbread, while using the same thing, trim off all the way to the edge. And then whatever die you use, a nice background one, you can just align it. So here, for example, I see this, the middle of these scallops is probably where I would glue this, trim that part, and now my gingerbread house will match the side scallop. And like I said, maybe the purse, you know, that purse die that I had, maybe you can use that as a background, or maybe you have to go through your stash of background dies and see what you can do. Or you can do what she did with her Sizzix design studio. Go cut and slice and dice and create your roof. So that I leave to you. There's options for us at least, okay? So let's continue with finishing this box up. So we are going to come in and we are going to glue and we are also going to glue here. So that sits here. And then this guy sits over here. Okay, I think it caught. And then these guys, just let's fold them in. Oops. Okay, so there's our gingerbread box pretty much. This one's not fitting, so I might have to come in and trim it a little bit longer. As you know, I kind of I didn't measure, I just kind of randomly cut, which I felt was about half an inch. Okay, so now, okay. I'll probably need to do the same for this side. So there's our box. Now let's finish the gingerbread house itself. So you are left with this. Now to do something very similar to what she has, I just copied pretty much her design, but obviously you can decorate this the way you feel. So she gets a piece of yellow cardstock, and so that's, I would say that's about where we can glue it. So I'm trying not to go past the little arcs, otherwise the yellow might show on the other end. All right. And then she glues the door. So obviously on the so I don't make this video too long and bore you guys, I have pre-cut some of these. And that'll save us some time. Now for the windows, she does this pretty much the same. Get your window, get a piece of, get a pencil and trace around the window. And you're kind of left with a funny shape like this, similar to this. Probably goes this way. And so then you add your glue. Okay, so it requires 2 windows, so I've already got the other one cut. For the peppermints, I got a piece of foil, cardstock, and then regular green cardstock. So obviously you don't have to follow her colors. Pinterest has a lot of these. You could probably look for Anna Griffin's easel die for what people have done with different color combinations. Maybe there's another one that you prefer. So we do that. We are going to need 2 of these flowers. Now one thing, and then I kind of like overlap them a little bit. They don't quite line up, but that's okay. And then I had another of those candy canes. So we have 2 windows, 2 of these guys. Now the other thing you need to do, well, you don't need to do this, but what I did do is I come in and then I am going to use the brown. And I'm gonna apply some ink onto the chimney. Okay. And then we can also get some green. This thing got unglued. And you can use whatever colors you want. When you're doing this, probably the little finger daubers are a little bit easier, and try not to get some of the ink onto your scalloped edges over here. These window pieces are going to be covered, so you don't need to worry about those. And I just try to put my finger behind where I'm adding the pressure for the ink here. Okay. I think the swirls also come out, so. All right. All right, so let's start. And then here I just clean it with some baby wipes later on. So let's start putting this guy together. So I'm trying to match the embossed leaves with that. Now let's add our scalloped roof line here. Okay, I just slide this guy up a little bit. There we go. Then we do our candy cane. I am trying to find the bottom part to this guy. I had pre-cut it, but in this mess that I have over here, I'll have to come back and glue it on later. Now let's add our little flowers. Alright, one last chance. Let's I notice there's a piece of cardstock there still. So since we don't have anything back there, I'm cutting some pieces of Scotch tape. because my plan is to inlay the heart and these little swirls, and then the other part is it's got scotch tape. So here we're going to drop this little heart. So obviously these I had cut from metallic cardstock. We're going to drop this guy in here. Let's see if we can peel these little dots out. I don't see my little dots in here anymore, so I'll have to look for those two also. All right. All right, well, I might have to just cut really fast one of the candy canes that I need. So sorry for this. I was hoping to have saved a little bit of time, not have to cut during the video. Oh. Of course, once I cut it, I see it over here. It got stuck here. All right. All right. So if you kind of notice, Marianne's design and mine, so these peppermints don't quite look the same. Look at the, I don't know if she uses stickers or maybe it's another Cricut design that she did there for the peppermints. But this is the way the lollipops looked a little bit different. But I'm using all of the dies that I have. So this is the way we wind up with the gingerbread house. And here is our house. So then at the very end, we just come in and we're going to glue glue our gingerbread house to the shadow. Okay. And then she adds some holly on the corners, and then she adds like some of the peppermints to the side, and then she adds some more windows. So we can kind of do something similar. So we're going to do a little border of peppermints. So green. Red. And then another green one. And then I think she added a lollipop somewhere in the center here. And then she added some more windows. So if you do it the way she does, you'll need like 8 windows. 2 for each side. And then 2 for each door, or each gingerbread house door. So from here on though, I mean, it's just pretty much decorated the way you want. And like I said, for the interest of time, I've already done the second house. And it's a really cute design. I'm happy she shared it with everyone. So this is my mess up here. Remember, I should have put this fold on the inside and not the outside. This one I flipped upside down. So in a way, I guess these little candies are hiding my mess up. There we have 2 windows. And then one last flower in the center here. All right. And so there is our box. And this opens up and you can put in your whatever treats, your baked goods or a gift, and it closes it up nicely. Anyway, I hope you have learned from my mistakes, what to do, what not to do, and hopefully my recommendations on the scallops to use whatever background dye you have. Thanks for watching, you guys. If you feel like this was helpful to you, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Talk to you next time.